Okay, I just wanted to talk about how to make picture edits, or more specifically K-pop edits. So I just opened up my Adobe Photoshop and I'm going to File and create a new document, and all of that is good. And you're going to go to the little magnifying glass and press the right button and then fit screen. And I'm going to start on the first layer, which is the background, and I'm going to make it black. So you just press the paint bucket and press the dropper with black and drop it, and it'll become black. And now you want to make your next layer for your second pattern on top of your background. So I'm using a grid, and you want to press place for anything you put on here. You want to put place unless it's any text or a shape. So then you choose it and then you press place. And remember, before you place it, it's always going to be fuzzy like this, unless and if you place it, it should become clear. And to place it, you actually want to press a button right there, the upper left hand corner, and it'll press place and it'll become unfuzzy like that. Yeah. And now you want to make your next layer, which is actually gonna be my centerpiece, and I'm making a square rectangle thing. And this first layer of the rectangle is actually gonna be the border for the actual rectangle, and later I'm actually gonna turn it on its side so it becomes a diamond. So I'm just stretching out the square, and it's currently black, but then in the top left hand corner on the tool, that's what type of dot you want, and then that's actually the color. And I chose to go with white because that's the border, so you can actually see it. And you just want to do the same thing and it'll turn white. And you want to press place afterwards. And that's the rectangle slash square. Place it, and then to actually adjust it even more, you want to press the button up there. And I just made a second layer, and I just made another. Oh, it's like free transplant or something. I forgot the button, but it's up there under edit. You'll see what I press. I can't really see it. It's pretty small. I don't have my glasses on. And just... Oh, it's free transform. Now I can read it. I just put my glasses on. Yeah, so you just press free transform. Anytime you place it, you always want to press free transform to actually change how it looks. And there I put it on and I adjusted it. Now I'm just adjusting the grid because I didn't like how uneven it was. So I'm just fixing the grid and just adjusting it to make it straighter. And you're gonna place it so that it'll stay there on that layer. And I actually don't like how this uneven the two rectangles slash squares are, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delete this layer, and I'm just gonna delete it, and I'm actually gonna go back to the first rectangle and kind of put it back to a square, so then when I do the second layer I can actually what is it called? I can actually make it even. So here I'm just going back to the first rectangle. Oh, I'm deleting the last layer. Then going back to the rectangle, going to free transform, that's under edit, and turn it back on its, and I use the grid to kind of help me, or kind of as guidelines. And now I'm adding the second layer and then putting the black square back on top of it. And this time, so when I turn it around on its side to make it become like a diamond shape, it'll actually become even. So now you just want to adjust it, make sure everything is even on all sides. So then when you turn it, it'll be even. Sorry if I'm a bit redundant. Now I'm just adjusting it a bit more. It's still a bit uneven, so I just kind of I want to get it as close as I can. Okay, that's pretty close, almost there. Let's see. There you go. I think that's pretty good. That corner, the corner looks a bit uneven. Okay, now I'm just gonna place it. That just kind of makes sure that it's set in. And then I'm actually gonna free transform again, and then turn this one, the first rectangle or the border. And use the lines as a guideline. And I actually kind of like the look of this better, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this instead. It kind of looks different. Then, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. Should I? You can actually play around with it. You can use any shape in the background. Like my usual edits, I use a circle. And it doesn't have to be completely even, but I'm going to actually keep it like this. So I like the look of it more. But I mean, if you want to turn it the other way, it's up to you. You just, and if you're going to use a different shape or color, you just repeat the same thing. Now I'm making another layer, and I'm actually going to look for a picture of Taehyung because I'm actually going to use him as an example. And if you're looking up a picture of whatever idol you want to put in, I'm going to use him as an example, BTS Taehyung PNG, or you can put in BTS Taehyung transparent. And I'm just going to look for one that I like that matches my my actual picture or my edit. There's a lot to choose from. If you don't like anything under PNG, you can actually just look under transparent. But the thing is, you have to see how there's checkers behind like the actual picture. That's the type of picture you want. It's a PNG. That's the type of picture you need. So then there's no background, and you can just put it over your already made background. And then you want to go to File, Place. You always want to do Place, and look for the picture, place it, and just adjust it to the size that you like. And the next step after you actually place it and adjust how you like it, and this is about the right size, and you kind of want to adjust it to match your edit, because if it's too big then it won't look as nice. But you want to just make it like right in the middle, so you kind of just want to place it there. Oh, oops. Place, not cancel. And then you want to actually paint it in, because this first layer of Tae is actually going to be his shadow. So you want to go to the paint bucket, not the paintbrush, the actual paint bucket. Oops, wrong thing. Yeah, there you go. And you want to go to swatches, and you want to choose like a gray or whatever color is like your background. You want to do a few shades lighter, so then it looks like a shadow. Or you can always use gray, it's up to you. And I kind of just fast forward it right here, so then it'll go by faster. And you just want to click on them, and you can use a paintbrush. You can switch to that paintbrush, the thing I pressed first, if you want to get the smaller like lines or the edges. And see how there's a pattern on my my actual pillow, it'll actually show up weirdly first. Like there's going to be a lot of blank spots, but to fill those in, what you want to do is you want to just keep pressing on the one spot, and it'll fill it in right away. And here I'm switching to paintbrush and just filling it in. Fast forward it right here, so then it goes to just it being filled in. And if you have trouble with like a lot of blank spots, just take there you go, and just keep on tapping. Okay. And oh, I forgot one part, so I'm just gonna go back and fill that in. I think that's good. So just want to double check everything. You want to go to the next layer and go back to file and then go place and get that same exact picture that you placed for the first layer, which is Taehyung again, or V, however you know him. And you want to make it so that it matches slash fits your shadow, so then it actually fits in and it looks like the first picture is the shadow. And you just want to kind of adjust it a bit. You can play around with it. Okay. And that looks like a shadow when it kind of lines up. And then you can place it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is actually look for a kind of just decoration. And I think I'm going to do stars, maybe? Yeah, and for that you also want to look up stars, and I usually look up Tumblr if it's decoration, so just look up Tumblr PNG. And usually for decorations you want to look up PNG instead of transparent, because the pictures can actually be transparent if you look it up. So I decided to go with these like stars, which I'll get to in a second. These ones, and it'll take a while to load, and then you know it's good when the background's checkered again. And then save image as, just right click it and save it. Oops, that's my recording. And then make another layer and then place it again. And look for the file or the picture. There it is. And place it again. You will, in the process of making an edit, you're going to actually be using placing a lot. And there you go. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want me to make a video on how to actually make simpler edits of just like, it's not as intricate on your phone, like when you're on the go and you really have to post something, so I can make a video on that too, and what apps you need and everything. But this is just, as I said, when you're at home. And by the way, for the coloring of the shadow, what I actually did was I used the Intuos Pro by Wacom, and I actually just colored it with the pen on it. It's kind of like a pad for Photoshop. And now I'm just repeating what I did with one corner. I just like to put the decoration on two corners so then it doesn't look too overwhelming. And the pad's pretty helpful when you do like intricate or smaller areas. It's really helpful, and I think it'll help you guys, but you know, you can always use just a mouse or a stylus on a like touch screen computer, but you can use I wouldn't recommend a laptop though, because laptops are pretty hard to control. And here I think I'm just gonna actually put it underneath Tay, so then it kind of has something to fill it in. So I'm just gonna edit the first star, go to free transform and just move it, and then I'll do the same on the other side, and I'll do that in a second right after I do this one. And let's see, there you go. And just tilt it a little bit to make it fit to the picture, or how at least I want it to be. Sorry. Just adjust it a bit. And do the other side. And adjust it a bit too. Kind of. Oh yeah, and if you want to tilt something, you just hover over the corner, and then it'll let you tilt it. and just adjust that. Okay. Now I just want to place that. Sorry for the extra noises, it's just my chair's really old and I need to get a new one. And now I'm just going to do another layer. And I'm actually just going to look for something to actually put on the corners now since they're blank. And I couldn't really find anything here, so kind of just went to Tumblr PNG images. And it takes a while to load. Let's see here. Now I found, I'm going to try to find one that I actually like. One's kind of simple, but maybe some color, because I don't really have color on mine right now. Let's see. What do they have? Well, that's kind of cute, those birds. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. And it'll take a while to load sometimes. And then it'll actually show that it's checkered. I'll do that. Save image again, save, and then go through the whole process of placing. And just repeating again. Find the image and everything like that. Oh yeah, and if you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, that'd be great. It's at oku.me. So it's at at okau.me. That's my fan account. It's pretty much just a BTS fan account, but I'm thinking if I should expand to like Shiny, B2B, I don't know, we'll see. And now I'm just gonna place them. I'm just starting my new theme. I have a lot of memes, which fan account doesn't have memes. I'm just placing it. I'm gonna make another layer after this. So then, oh yeah, making a new layer is the second button, and it'll say layers, and it'll show you all your layers. And then right next to the right of that is actually the trash can. So if you want to delete a layer, like if you this chair is so bad. If you majorly mess up on a part of your edit, then you can just delete that and it'll go away. But like, let's say if I was trying to color in my Taehyung, like the shadow, and if I try to, and I accidentally color the whole page, you can either do Control Z, or if you really can't figure out how to fix it, what you can do is you can actually just delete the layer and everything will still be there. You'll just delete the layer with the shadow, and then you can just redo it, and then all of the background will still be there, like the grid, the background, and the shapes. So that'll still be there. And then now I'm just placing the files and kind of just adjusting them a bit. I'm just adjusting the other birds, and I'm just moving it over the actual. Oh yeah, and I added stars and I put it underneath the birds. I kind of just moved it. Oh yeah, and if you want to move a layer, you can just drag it and kind of just move it around. And now I'm adding the stars on the other side as well. It's kind of, I don't know what my theme for this one is. As long as it's black and white, it'll match my theme. So, but you don't really necessarily have to have a theme. You can kind of just do anything. Like you can go for pastel colors, you can go for neon colors, you can have a certain like color combination you want, whatever you want. Now I'm just adding Kim Taehyung, his name, just so. That's what I kind of do on all my edits. I just kind of add their name. Unless I really have something specific I want to add to their page, to the picture, I mean. Like you can put their birthday, you can use song lyrics, you can use a quote, you can use anything. But I just chose to do their name. And I think I'm gonna make this pink so then it matches the bird, and it has a hint of color, so it's not as bland. Bland. I think of food still. And you can just go to the color selection and then you can choose a color. Or you can make a color, or you have pre-selected colors on there. And then it'll turn pink. I can move it over, and I usually just add my name on there, but for some reason my name wasn't working, or my Instagram name, and here I'm just adjusting it again. So what you can actually do is when you download the picture or the edit onto your phone, which all you have to do is put it in a folder, save the actual under file, save, and then put it in a folder. I don't really know how, but I have my brother do that because I'm not as techy.